Hello my friends, this is Jeannie. Welcome back. If you are new to my channel, welcome. In this video, I am going to start a new journal project. I am going to be making a mini journal using this box. Yes, this is a box. I kind of flattened it to see if the size would work, but when not flattened, this is what it looks like. It was used to package a mouse that I bought for my daughter. She has her Chromebook. Now that she is effectively being schooled from home, I decided to get her a mouse for her Chromebook. And it arrived in this cute little box, and instantly what popped into my brain when I saw this box was, what a cute little junk journal this would make. So I am going to make a journal using this. It is going to be mini, but it is not necessarily going to be junk. It's actually going to be mostly made from this card kit. It's not a card kit. This paper kit that I purchased from Tuesday Morning. It's by My Mind's Eye. It's called Lovely Day, and it came with 6 12 by 12 double-sided sheets, and it also came with a sticker sheet. Super cute. Actually, forget cute, just beautiful kit. And I'll share with you the one side. I recently shared this in a haul video, a Tuesday morning haul video. Let me just pick this cable up because I keep knocking it. Tuesday morning haul video. If you haven't seen that haul video, definitely check it out. I will link it somewhere up there. So that's the one side. I'll show you the other. Very pretty. And the best thing is that the journal is small enough that I won't use much of the paper. I think I will be using less than half of each sheet. So I will have plenty left over to do a second larger journal. So that is the kit I am using. Of course, I have some Tyvek to reinforce that cover. I went through my stash. I pulled out some ribbons and laces that I thought would go well with the kit. I'm really going to try to do better in terms of planning a closure. I have this absolutely gorgeous piece of crochet. I have these triangles of this lovely, I love this floral fabric. Also have some cotton fabric, this beautiful pattern fabric. This, I'm not sure what it is. It was part of a fabric bundle that I purchased from Pretty Pink Cottage. I'm not super knowledgeable when it comes to different types of fabrics and textures and what you call them. I'm sure this has a specific name, but I just love the color of it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It has a beautiful texture to it. You can probably see that. And it has just an amazing silver shine to it, and I think that's because there's like a silver thread running through the fabric. I think that's super pretty. Here are some laces that I pulled that I thought might work. This is some more recycled cardboard. This is thinner cardboard. If you have cats and you buy cases of cat food, then these will look awfully familiar to you. These are used between the cans, I guess, to keep the cans from, I don't know, banging into each other. But I have quite the collection of this, so I brought that out in case I need to reinforce the cardboard I'm going to be using to make the cover. I pulled out some items from my stash I may or may not use. I have stickers. Here are floral theme stickers. Here are butterfly theme stickers. This is some ephemera travel themed some music paper. I think this is like vellum type paper, I'm not sure. And then here's some other paper that just has a really pretty pattern to it. I thought might be useful. Some stamps. I have these 3 stamps. One is by Stampers Anonymous, and this one is called Field Notes. I thought the theme went perfect with the paper kit. And then I have these 2 stamps by Stampendous. I'm not sure. Actually, one is called Postcard and the other one is Vintage Letter. And of course, I have my basics. I have my ruler. I have a paper trimmer here, my double-sided tape. Also pulled out this Vicki Boutin glaze in rose gold. I thought that might be useful here. And then I have this amazing glitter table runner that I purchased from Five Below. I purchased this probably about 3 weeks ago, and I have not filmed it. So this is the first time I'm actually showing it, but this is absolutely gorgeous. It's thin. It's a thin table runner glitter, and it's the kind of glitter that is it's not a glitter bomb. You do get some glitter, but it's not terrible. It's something I can work with. I'm okay with that. And you get a 12-inch by 48-inch piece of this, and it was $3. I got it in gold, I got it in silver, pink, and rose gold. So I have never used this before. I'm excited to use it. It really does have the feel of like a thin, not paper. It's stronger than paper, that's for sure. It doesn't feel quite as strong as fabric. It almost feels like a glittered Tyvek, if that makes any sense. But thought maybe you can use that. So that is what is going to be the base of the foundation. That's what I'm working from. So let's see how far we can get in this video. If we can get as far as at least completing the structure of the cover itself, I will be very happy with that. And then we can come back in other videos and work further on the project. So I don't really have any measurements in mind. This is going to be very fluid. So let's see what we end up with. I think the first thing I want to do is get all the little extra bits off. Let's see if I can move all of this so that you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. So let's start. I don't even know if my paper trimmer, whew, rough, is going to cut through this. It did. It did. And I probably want to trim that a little more, but let me first. Oh, much easier when you don't load it up the way I did. So let's try not to do that again here. Let's see how much of this I actually have to trim away to get a nice square. Oh, much easier. Much nicer. Let's try that other side. Again, we don't need that. This is going to be really cute. Tiny. And let's see. Oh my gosh, how adorable. So let's measure. Before I cut this side, let me measure how big this one is. This is 2.5. So we want this one to be about, the other side to be about 2.5 as well. So we'll line it up at the 2.5. From here, we'll put it on the 2.5. Let's see. That trims off a little bit, but that actually did a really nice job. Let me clean this up, because if I don't clean it now, I am going to have an even bigger mess. You know what? Let's save some of these bigger pieces just in case. I'm going to save some of the bigger pieces of the cutoffs just in case something happens and I need to MacGyver this in any way. So I think that's really nice. So let's put this trimmer to the side and let's see what we end up with. Let me measure this, write down the measurements so that I know what we're working with. So I know the covers are 2.5. I know that. How tall is this baby? Let's see. I wonder if I should just go ahead and make her an even 3.5. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to make it an even 3.5. So 3.5. Let's take a little bit from the bottom and a little bit from the top. So she is 2.5 by 3.5 in terms of a cover. ATC size. I like that. So 2.5, perfect, by 3.5. So her height is 3.5. I always like to write measurements down in case I need a reference. Her spine is 1.5. And she has a total of almost 6 3/4, just shy. So her width. Okay, so now I have those numbers as references. I think what I want to do now is definitely cover her using Tyvek. I have this scrap piece of Tyvek. So I think what I'm going to do is cover the, yep, we'll do it that way. So double-sided tape. You guys know I love my Tyvek. I love, love, love having, those are my paper scissors. We're not going to use those. No, no, ma'am. I love having, to complete the thought I started, I love having my journals covered in Tyvek. Makes for super strong, sturdy journals. If I am going to put a lot of effort into making them, I do want them to be sturdy and not fall apart. So that's why the Tyvek. And like I said, this is going to be a totally fluid process. I didn't plan anything in terms of number of signatures. I haven't even thought about that. I guess I should think about that now. It's a pretty substantial spine, so I'm thinking maybe at least 2 signatures. We can probably do 3, maybe 3. Why not? 3 might work. Let's see. In terms of a closure, let's go ahead and do a ribbon closure. You don't really want to do anything too elaborate with this mini book. We are going to obviously do a fabric wrap. I don't know that I have enough fabric to go ahead and wrap the entire book, because I'm not too sure about that until I decide on which fabric it is I want to use. That's why I'm going to put the Tyvek on the inside. I know for sure the outside is going to be covered in fabric. That's a given. I don't know if I'm going to wrap the inside in fabric as well. So I think the safer bet right now is to go ahead and cover the inside. Apply the Tyvek on the inside so that I have a nice white base. And if any of the inside is exposed or ends up peeking through, I won't feel too bad about it because it's that white color. I really do like that fabric with the texture. Definitely don't have, this is the one I'm talking about. I really do like this. I definitely don't have enough to cover the entire book inside and out in that fabric. And I don't think I want to anyway, because it has so much texture that it's just going to be super bulky. Also, I think because I'm using Tyvek and because this is a nice, if you can hear that, thick cardboard, I don't think that I need to reinforce it with any additional cardboard. So let's go ahead and peel off the backing. So today is Sunday. I hope everyone is doing well. I know there's a lot going on right now. And I, like I'm sure many of you are doing, am turning to crafting to help keep my mind from totally obsessing on what's going on. I have a lot of backing to peel off here. I went in hard. Maybe a little extra with all of the double-sided tape, but I really want to make sure my Tyvek is stuck on pretty good. I think in this video we will probably get as far as making the cover. Okay, so there it is. Here's my Tyvek. It's a pretty square piece, not quite. You know what, let's move it up. We can cut off some of the excess and maybe save it for another project. I'm going to grab a brayer. I was about to say hopefully it's not the squeaky one, but I did grab the mousy one there. So let me go ahead and switch that one out. Oh my goodness. The one brayer, super mousy one. Okay, so let's cut off some of this excess Tyvek. Certainly can use that for something else. So let's not waste that. We'll cut off I have to tell y'all, my nerves are shot. Look, my nerves are shot. I don't know if you can see. Shaky hands. When I feel stressed, it usually manifests itself with shaky hands. And I am just a little bit stressed. As we all are, no doubt. No doubt, no doubt. We are all stressed. It's just the new normal we got to get used to. And I keep telling myself, this too shall pass. Of course it's going to pass. It's absolutely going to pass. Hopefully more sooner than later. So what I'm doing right now is just putting a strip of that same double-sided tape on the edges of my mini book so that I can go ahead and wrap this over like this, and she will be just going to lift that a little bit so I can get some there in the corner. And the reason I'm cutting as opposed to going straight across with my strip is I really don't want to put anything on the parts of the book that fold. I don't want to make that too thick with either tape or material because it will start affecting how the book, how the mechanics of the book work. So you really don't want to put too much over that that's going to impede the book from working the way it should in terms of opening and closing. I already have Tyvek over it on this one side, and I'm going to have fabric on the other side, and that's enough. I don't want too much bulk. That's enough bulk. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I am not an expert by any means in terms of making these books. It's, for me, something that's very intuitive, and I just do what works or has been working for me. So if it ain't broke, I ain't gonna fix it. So this works for me, and this is how I do it. Some might think I'm a little extra in terms of the amount of Tyvek I use or the amount of tape that I use. But I'll tell you what, I've never had a journal fall apart on me. Never, never, ever, ever. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I really want to use that fabric. I think I really want to use this. It's just so pretty. I think I really do want to use that. And it seems like the perfect size for what I'm doing. Very nice. Perfect. Perfect. Pretty, pretty. Just going to burnish this a little bit. Make sure I have good contact. Perfect. I think also that these type of journals where you take a box and repurpose it are really the best type of journals for beginners, because if you're fortunate enough to get a box that allows for you to have not only the front and back cover but a thick spine like this, is perfect. And a lot of boxes, a lot of packaging is set up so that they can be repurposed. When I tell you I have a stack of boxes behind me, Girl Scout cookie boxes, makeup kit type boxes behind me that are all perfectly designed so that you have a nice thick spine. You don't have to do anything except just cover up, you know, cut it to the size you want and cover it up. That's literally what I have behind me, and I'll do a separate video where I will share with you how I source these boxes. But it's just recycled packaging, Amazon boxes, like I said, cookie boxes. I have some makeup boxes. I mean, infinite sources, and it's ideal because look, without having to do much, I already have this perfect little cover. Check that out. How awesome is that? So I'm going to go ahead and put the fabric on the front. And then also, guess what? This time I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember to add the closure. I want to do a ribbon closure, so because I don't want to adhere the ribbon on the inside of the cover, because then when it's closed and you're tying, you're putting a lot of stress on, I think, the papers that are going to be on the inside covers, and you're going to inevitably get some kind of tearing. At least that's my thinking. If I'm going to do a ribbon type closure, then I am going to do the ribbon or trim so that it's, and I'm just using this as a sample, it's on the underside of the fabric that's on the front. Okay, so I would basically, whatever trim I'm going to use, I would glue it on the front of the cover this way before I cover it with additional fabric. Whereas if you do it on the inside like this and you pull on this, you risk it ripping whatever is on the inside. I think it'll make more sense once I actually start doing it. I don't think I'm doing a very good job explaining why. I think sticking it on the outside is better. So I have these are really pretty. So the question is, do I want the purple Do I want the floral print or do I want like this peach? So let's look. I don't think the purple really works. So let's move that to the side. This peach, I think, is the way to go. I think this peach is the way to go. It's like a peachy pink. Might even be a pink. It's just so faded. It's really old. Yeah, I think we'll do this. Although I don't know. This is kind of pretty too. But this has reds. We don't have a lot of reds. Nope. I'm just going to commit. I'm going to use this one. So before I forget, and this I'm going to save. This is fun ephemera that I can use. Maybe on the book itself. Okay, so we're going to go with this. You know, I could also, doesn't just have to be the one. I could, no, we just make it the one. No need. And I'm going to make it super long. I'm going to say, let's do 1, 2, 3 times, 3 plus, 3 and a little extra. The width, the entire width of the book. So there is definitely plenty here. Just want to double check. Yeah, that's definitely plenty. Let's find the center of this. Get my fabric fix, or fabric tack, glue. I'm going to put a bead of this straight across. I think we want it that way. And if it seeps through the ribbon a little bit, I won't be too upset, because this part of the ribbon up here is going to be under the fabric. So it doesn't really much matter. I am so proud of myself that I remembered. I rarely remember. I'm looking at the length of this ribbon and I'm wishing I made it just a tad bit longer. There's definitely plenty there, but I always like to err on the side of too much and trim it back than not enough and have to figure out how I'm going to extend it. All right, so this is the fabric. Let's see. I think what we're going to do, I think I'm going to try to position it where I won't even mind if I have a little overhang of the fabric. I won't mind that too much. It'll just look a little raggedy, and raggedy is not always a bad thing. So it just works out that if I cut, I think I got it. Let's see. If I cut, boy, I have like little pieces of this red release paper everywhere. If I cut here, forgive me if I go out of frame a little bit. I need to be able to see what I'm cutting. And I really should be using my fabric scissors for this, but I didn't pull them out. I never leave my fabric scissors on the table. I'm always afraid that I'm inadvertently or just mindlessly going to reach for them and use them to cut something other than fabric. And I truly do have scissors that have dedicated use. I have some scissors that are strictly paper, some that are strictly fabric, and some that are just kind of, doesn't really matter what you use them for. You can use them anything, on anything and everything. So let's see. I think she's a little bit long. So let's cut. And I'm eyeballing this. And it's not going to be perfect, and I'm okay with that. It is going to be a little bit long and a little bit wide, but I'm okay with that because it'll just look, like I said, like a raggedy type journal. And all of these scraps, I'm totally going to save those. Totally going to save that. Can maybe use it to embellish the inside of the book. So I think, how lucky for me, it was almost like it was faded. I think I have enough to cover the outside, and the pattern is perfectly centered. Rare is the day that happens, right? But this is one of those days where it did. So let's go ahead, apply the glue. Oh, I just made a sticky mess on myself. Let me get the glue off my fingers. Let's go ahead, apply the glue, apply the cover, the fabric cover, and then I think we will call it done for this video because we are probably at 30 minutes. Where are we? 37. We are almost at 40 minutes. And I really don't want this video to go past 40 minutes. So let's go ahead. Get this cover done. And I do want to make sure that the glue goes up to the edges. Boy, this glue, stringy. She is stringy. Okay. Try to get that centered. I think I did a pretty good job. I did. And I have no doubt that this fabric, the edges will unravel. I can see it happening a little bit, but hopefully, at least what I find happens is once what's not adhered is what unravels. So it won't unravel too much before it hits that part of the fabric that's actually glued. So, like I said, it'll look raggedy, but that's the look we want, no? At least that's the look I want. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Look at that. We did it. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. This turned out much better than I had hoped. Don't you love it when that happens? Check this out. Look at this cover. Beautiful. And the feel of it is amazing. It has a beautiful texture to it. And look at the silver. Do you see that? The inside is perfect. It's pristine. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, my friends, I think this is as far as we are going to get for now. I think the next video I will work on maybe a tiny little ring here, metal ring, to hang a little charm from, and figure out the lining on the inside. Instead of this gold, maybe I'll use the silver to pick up on the silver flecks that's running in that fabric. So that is what the plan for the next video is. Thank you so much for dropping in and watching me, my friends. I truly do appreciate it. If you are new to my channel and you have not subscribed, please do so. I would love to have you. Also, be sure to ring that bell so that you will get a notification anytime a new video posts. I will catch you all in the next video, my friends. Until next time, bye-bye.